What's up, y'all? Yes, I've done 50 statuses today, and I'm coming with a live because I got something on my mind. At this point, it just is what it is. But I got a thought stirring that I think will be a good topic of discussion. So that's why I'm on here to do the discussion. So there's this quote, I'm pretty sure y'all have heard it said by people without knowing who it really came from. You know, let me give a little backdrop. So I was late for work today. I stayed up last night until like 3 o'clock in the morning watching The Handmaid's Tale. By the way, you should go watch it. It just came out with season 4 that was released yesterday. And so I stayed up late last night watching that. And then took a shower and went to sleep, knowing that I had to be to work at 7 o'clock. And my wife rolls over at around 7:10 and says, "Babe, you going to work?" And I said, "Oh, shoot." And I rushed to work. Little backdrop. I said that to say that I was thinking as I was leaving work, and I often think sometimes because of my failures, my humanity as a Christian, of what other people would say. Not that I'm seeking acceptance necessarily for them, but just I'm always thinking of hypothetical situations to respond to. And so I thought about this, quote where it's just like, oh, I like Christ, but I don't like you Christians. So this was something that was stated by Gandhi. He said, "I like your Christ, I do not like your Christians. Your Christians are so unlike your Christ." And so that caused me to think, can you like Christ without liking Christians? Can you be a Christian without being like Christ? So let's take a look at some definitions. Gandhi said he likes our Christ without liking Christians because Christians are so un-Christ-like. But then that causes me to think the very person, the very Christ that Gandhi says that he likes also said that we should love our enemies. The Christ that Gandhi said that he likes said that we should pray for those who despitefully use us. So I think that his statement is counterproductive. I don't believe that you can like Christ and not like Christians. I don't believe that that's possible. You can't like Christ and not like Christians. One of those two statements is false. Or both of those statements one of those statements is false. You can't like Christ and not like Christians. It's got to be one or the other. So I get what Gandhi was saying is, I like y'all methodology, I like who y'all follow, but I don't like y'all. And his heart would be wrong, because you can't like Christ and not like Christians. Because it's like, why say to me, Lord, Lord, and do not the things that I do? You literally can't like Christ and dislike Christians, because not even Christ dislikes Christians or sinners and all of that other stuff. So that's my first point. My second point is this question of, can you be Christian without being like Christ? The way that a lot of people are living nowadays, it seems as if you can be a Christian without being Christ-like. But let's take a look. Christian literally means Christ-like. And I think about this. I think about the fact that Jesus Christ, the Word, became flesh and dwelt among us. It wasn't by the will of man, it was by the will of God. So an intricate part of being Christ-like is that your essence comes from God. It doesn't come from you. Your motivation for doing good comes from God. It doesn't come from you. It doesn't come from wanting to be something and wanting to be accepted. Is it possible to be a Christian without being like Christ? No, it's not. There's no way in the world that you can call yourself a Christian and live a life that's not like Christ. What determines that you're living a life like Christ is that if you're living by the Spirit. See, a lot of people, they equate the term Christian with good. Oh, I thought you was a Christian. And what that means is, oh, I thought because you were a Christian, you were supposed to do this good thing. Or I thought because you was a Christian, you weren't supposed to hit me back when I hit you. I thought you was a Christian, you were supposed to turn the other cheek. I thought you was a Christian, just go down the line. You're supposed to be good. America and the world, we equate Christianity with goodness. We equate Christianity with individual goodness, but what we need to realize is that we are totally wrong. Christianity doesn't equal goodness. Christianity equals Christ. Christianity does not equal goodness. Christianity equals Christ. So what that means is that we're living by the Spirit of God. We're not Christian because we're doing good things. We're not Christian because we don't steal. We're not Christian because we don't cheat on our wives. We're not Christian because we go to church every Sunday. We're not Christian because we speak in tongues. We're not Christian because we're on time for work or any other above. We're Christian because we trust in Christ. We're Christian because the Spirit of Christ that raised him from the dead lives within us and empowers us to mortify the deeds of the flesh so that we can live good lives. But we're not Christian because we're willing anything in and of ourselves. So I went through that whole spiel just to say that your Christianity never depends on your good works at all. You know what your Christianity depends on? It depends on you accepting what God has done outside of you. That's what Christianity depends on. It depends on you believing the gospel that God loved the world and he gave his only begotten son, and whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. It's not anything that you do. You just make a decision to accept him. And the reason that you can even make that decision to accept him is because of what's already been done. He's already unlocked the prison doors, and the gospel has come to each and every one of us that are in this prison that's not locked. And the good news has been that, hey, if you trust in Jesus, Jesus literally come to you through inspiration, through other people, and literally the gospel has come to you that you are free. And all you got to do is push that door open. That's all we do. We don't unlock the chain. We don't break the gate open. We don't pick the locks. We don't do any of that stuff. We literally believe or choose not to believe. But for those of you who are saved and are filled with the Spirit, all you literally do is listen to the gospel. And the first work of a gospel-believing, Bible-believing Christian, the first work of a Christian is receiving salvation. The first work of a Christian is believing God. That's the only work of a Christian. That's the word. Jesus was asked, what is the good work of God? He said, here's the work of God. Believe in him whom he sent. Literally, I'm in the word. That's all we do. So just to recap real quick, you can't like Christ and not like Christians. It's not possible. Go back up to see why. And it's not possible to be a Christian without being Christ-like. And the essence of being Christ-like is that we live off of the Spirit of God and not our own works. God bless y'all.